Hello, 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 and welcome to Glitch Jams Live. I'm laughing because, you know when, like, you've taken a break for, like, a week, or you go on vacation, or even just, like, a weekend, and then you come back and you're like, wait, I completely forgot how to, like, talk to people, or code, or turn on OBS, or just, like, use your voice. Is that, like, I don't know, some kind of, like, object permanence? Anyway, happy to be here. I got the giggles. It's been a long week. I wasn't here last week because I was speaking at a community conference. And so I'm just getting back into the swing. And once I plugged my microphone in front of me, I was like, what? How do you use this thing? But we'll get into the swing of it because this is the 18th episode of Glitch Jams Live. And just like every other episode, I show you the coolest stuff that's been made on Glitch the past week or couple of weeks. And then we do a little bit of light coding. So this is a live stream. So if you're joining us in the chat, shouts out to Casey, our mod, my teammate. Shouts out to all of you that are joining us. And if you are watching this on the video on demand later, shouts out, thank you for joining me. I'm Jenn Schiffer. I lead community at Fastly, and Fastly powers Glitch. And that's what I'm going to show you today. So let's open up my browser window. So this episode's all about bugs on purpose, and you can always see this episode's links and all of the past episodes on jamslive.glitch.me. Let's talk about what's been new on the Glitch side of things behind the scenes. So you know that we have been working on container updates. In our help center, you can look up Node and see the different versions. We've been deprecating old versions, and we're working towards setting the new default. So we're behind schedule, but like that's good for you. It gives you more time. Next week, the Node default will likely be Node 12. Historically, it's been Node 10. So as you are updating your projects, we're also updating stuff on our end. If you have any questions about what versions of Node are on containers, what we're anticipating to do work on, just go to help.glitch.com and search Node, or file a support ticket right in our forum. We'd be happy to help you. But in case you didn't know, we announced a couple months ago, that we would be deprecating versions of Node less than 12. Our target date was February 28th, which is past, but we're still doing that work, and we're going to be making huge progress on that over the next week or so. So I just wanted to remind you of that work and give it a heads up in case you forgot and are wondering why, your Node default had changed, or why versions have been deprecated. This doc also tells you ways to set the Node engine in your Node projects. So go to package.json and set the engine there. The latest version that we have is 16, but again, this is all work towards us getting containers up to date so you get the latest versions of Node. So if you have any questions, let us know. File a support ticket. We'd be happy to help you on that. And there is that. What else is going on? Andy Piper, really awesome member of the community and part of the Mastodon team who we stan, is also someone who has in the past contributed to our Glitch in Bio starter, which is our link in bio open source free option that you can build on Glitch or take off of Glitch or whatever you want. In fact, I use Glitch in Bio for my main site. This is a Glitch in Bio with a theme that I had made. Look, you can draw on the back because, like, why not? And it's as easy as updating a JSON file, which sounds scarier than it actually is. This is a very simple as far as JSON configuration files go. And JSON is just a notation for configuring things. So in this case, what links you want to show here and what you want them to say. Anyway, we launched Glitch in Bio about maybe 2 years ago at this point. I'll have to check on that. Maybe someone in the chat can check. Yeah, Andy had updated theirs to the latest, and they gave some advice and some frustrations that they had. And they were wondering about, if there's a way to contribute more easily, or just like thinking of a way to, right here, wanting the community to get together to maintain the template for Glitch in Bio, which we think is a great idea. And Glitch in Bio is probably a great start to start open sourcing parts of Glitch, which is like part of our vision. We stated that like on our 7th anniversary. And so I've asked in the forum, which you can go to support.glitch.com and see, what are some things that the community would need to get this rolling? There's stuff on our end that we can do, like literally making the repo public, but also kind of like setting, level setting, like how often we'd be able to check PRs and who would be involved in that work, but also adding our code of conduct, various guidelines, which that work is fairly easy because we've done it on the Fastly side already. Fastly has so many open source projects, and for Glitch we have like Friendly Words and others, but we just have to like put it all together and just make it easy for you to build this with us. So join that thread, share what would empower you to be able to contribute to Glitch in Bio. Andy's brought in some great ideas, Tiago's in there, and yeah, help us like work towards that. We want to kind of get this going as soon as possible just to see how it goes. And let's see, our app of the week is Emoji Garden, which is a classic, an oldie but a goodie from my pal Monica. Shouts out to Monica Nicolescu. Made this quite a while ago. This will create random or generative emoji gardens. You can choose kind of how big you want it to go, what kind of creatures and plants you want to go, and it will generate them, and it's really cute. This project, when it had come out in the early days of Glitch, spawned a lot of remixes and different options. We saw like goth gardens, buggy gardens. So yeah, really cool stuff. We love it. Remix it and add your own emoji set. It's fairly simple. Let's view the source. I haven't actually looked at the source of this project in many years, but Monica's made a lot of really cool stuff on Glitch. She used to work on the Magenta team at Google. So a lot of like really cool earlier days generative AI. So here in garden.js is where it's all set up. So you set the number of rows and columns. And then here's like the world that you create. So you can kind of just drop in different emoji here. There's a lot more newer emoji than there was back then. My two new favorites are the head shaking emoji, because the head shaking, yes, looks like a little emo guy because it has the movement lines that kind of look like a side swoop of hair. And I just love the like shaking no, but having the pointing hand emoji, because I do that a lot. So I'm feeling more and more represented by that emoji set. But it's like very new. So on like my Mastodon instance, it just shows as the smiley face with like an arrow emoji, which I don't know, is a really cool fallback. But yeah, anyway, you can swap that out for whatever emoji you need, set any logic for randomizing stuff. And then yeah, then you have your own little garden. So remix it, check it out. Thank you, Monica, for creating it. And let's get into what else is out there. So speaking of Andy, who had suggested the Glitch in Bio being open, Andy also made a Feta Wall. This isn't on Glitch, but it's related to Glitch. They made a Feta Wall that tags, that gets post tags tagged with made with Glitch onto this wall here. So here's us sharing that. I will be live like right now. My cat's going nuts behind me. I don't know if you could hear it. I hope you can. He needs some accountability in his world. I'm on here. This is a conference I was at last week, which is why I couldn't stream. I was at Community Led Summit in Boston talking about the roller coaster that is leading a creative community for as long as we've had here. And some games that have been shared. And yeah, check that out. Really fun stuff. Oh, I like this. This is Christian's submission for the self-portrait jam several months ago. Anyway, Andy, thank you for putting this together. It makes it easier for us to keep track of where folks are sharing. And if you are sharing Glitch apps across social, use the hashtag #MadeWithGlitch and it will help us find it and we can feature it. But yeah, today we have a bunch of other things to feature. Tagging onto the Andy Piper fan train. This is an Andy Piper Stan account. Andy gave a talk on the history of computer art pen plotters and all the resources they shared on this Glitch app. So if you want to learn more about all of that, if any of you own a pen plotter, I own a watercolor bot. I don't know if y'all know about the watercolor bot. It's created by the same folks who made the Axie Draw, which is like a more proper pen plotter. But I have the watercolor bot, and actually I should set it up and maybe on a future stream I can show it in action here. But it's like a pen plotter, except it's literally like a watercolor like brush that you put on it, and the palette that it grabs from is standard to like the Crayola watercolor shapes, and it's a lot of fun, and is a really cool part of the early combination of tech and art, using tech for art. So anyway, it was cool. I want to see if this talk has a video and check that out. Yeah, so thank you, Andy, for sharing. TTS Compare is an ELO ranking app for voice models. I've featured an ELO ranking app in the past. It's just like a way to kind of compare two items and then rank it. And this creator made one that lets you listen to different voice models and choose which one is your favorite. And you can also choose the custom text that it says out loud. What I especially like is that it has the ranking here so far of the different voice models that it's having you check. And some of them I had never even heard before, because I feel like we went from having like one voice model to 500,000. And so this is just like a really cool crowdsourced ranking of that. This was created by Vinny888. Thank you for sharing that. And check that out when you get the chance. And if you're into voice models, vote on which one's your favorite one. Empowerment Tech is a 3D version. Whew, let me lower the audio on my computer of that. There is auto sound playing on it. This is a 3D VR version of a fashion exhibit in real life. So this is just a really cool, dynamic way to be able to share your artwork with people that are not able to be there. I believe this is part of a fashion school capstone project. It just like looks really freaking cool, and I just love the fact that we're seeing a lot of art exhibits doing virtual versions of it, and they're using Glitch and A-Frame for it. So thank you, Lehanna0412, for creating and sharing. This one is, I was sharing this with the team earlier today because we were talking about what our favorite artwork is, and someone had mentioned maps. So Maps Mania, one of my favorite blogs, I feature it on Glitch in our newsletter all the time, created something that's like GeoGuessr, except you're guessing from the backdrop of an artwork. I'm not gonna like embarrass myself. I don't know where a lot of these places are. There are some fine art paintings of the Brooklyn Bridge, and I could definitely point that out on a map. But essentially, you choose where you believe this is. I'm gonna guess SCH is probably around like this area. And it's gonna be like, you're way off. But I'm not super way off. 464 miles is not all that bad. But I also think that the creator of Maps Mania is based in Europe, and I know that Europeans and Americans have very differing ideas of spatially far things versus close things, and that's just, I think, because the United States is way bigger than I think a lot of people realize. We have that also like within New York, like transplants that come to New York tend to see Manhattan and Brooklyn as way farther away from each other than those of us who are from the area. I'm not trying to start debates. I'm not saying like who's correct besides me. I'm correct. But anyway, I love this project because I love Maps Mania. I love maps and I love art. Okay, so this is a view of Paris. We can guess that it's like around Paris. Where is Paris? 213 miles. That's not that bad. That's not way off. Give me a break. Okay, before I get any madder, I'm gonna thank you, Maps Mania, for creating that. I love that. I love that. Love it so much. Even though it makes me angry. I love things that make me mad. Fast4walnut.glitch.me/terminal is a terminal-based chat that I think was inspired by the 2022 Batman movie, which I've never watched, but I love terminal-based stuff and chat as well, and I believe it uses Socket.io. So yeah, I'm gonna view the source and let you know what it's made of. Sean said, can you zoom in on the map? That was pretty far off. You can zoom in on the map. But also I didn't, and I did fine. I did fine. My job is not to know where things are. Anyway, before I go off the rails further, let's view the source of Fast4walnut/terminal, and see if they use Socket.io. Yep, there we are, Socket.io. I have a special place in my heart for Socket.io because Socket.io is the package that let me make chat clients early on when like Node was fairly new, and it made me realize like, oh, like JavaScript on both the server and the client side while is like sicko mode. I am a sicko, but it made it easy for me to do the thing I needed to do at that time, which was make a chat client for work. And I was like, okay, like I could jam with this. So yeah. Austin, my teammate, is saying I must know everything in the chat. So let's get into something I do know, which is, well, first, knowing to say thanks to Axbad007 for creating the chat server. Here's the terminal you can see. Terminal socket helper.js was in the JS folder. Anyway, let's get into it. City Light is a digital art piece that tells a story about choosing a place and a person. And so it's kind of like journal entries and photos, almost like a scrapbook telling a story of like determining your sense of place with place and person. And it is gorgeous, and I am obsessed with the little status icons like here on the bottom saying World Wide Web. I love like best viewed on Netscape, like those old kind of like website flares. This embedded map in a Polaroid, it's just like done really beautifully. And yeah, like I don't see enough of street view embeds on sites. I see a lot of maps, but like to see like snapshots of like the earth, I just really like that. So City of Light is there. It was part of a digital storytelling course that Eli Glastonbury here had created. And I love that there are digital storytelling courses. Just like I love art and tech. Storytelling and tech are also really important and cool. So thank you, Eli, for sharing. Cool. So those are some of the cool apps I really like to share. I'm going to close these tabs before I get into code jams, but yeah. Remember we have a Cool Bugs code jam happening this month? We got some submissions so far, which I'm going to share, and then we'll get into mine. And yeah, I've seen submissions about actual code bugs and about actual bugs. There's still plenty of time for you to create your own cool bug app and submit it. All you gotta do is add hashtag codejam, hashtag coolbugs to your project description, and then I'll find it and share it. Well, let's look at some of the submissions. So far, Bug vs. Boxes by Joe Gaffey is actually a project they had made quite a bit ago, which is totally allowed. People have asked me, like, can I just like add the hashtag to an existing project? Absolutely, don't threaten me with a good time. And Joe did. And it's just like a game where you have to, you're a bug driving a buggy. I used to want a Volkswagen Bug when I was a kid. And then I turned into a teenager that hated cars. And so then I stopped ever wanting a car. And to this day, I don't have a driver's license, and that's on purpose. But I do like playing games with cars. I was very fond of Gran Turismo. And I just drove off. That's why I intentionally don't own a driver's license. Anyway, love that. Thank you, Joe, for sharing and submitting. Bugs vs. Boxes is the game. You can play it now. Okay, Khalil, if you're in the chat, I know you're watching at some point. This looks like a glitch error page, but it's not. Completely unrelated. Let's check out the Jenn real-time Rickroll counter, which has been bumped up to 2 this week. Moving on is Bug Quiz by Bryce. Bug Quiz it shows some code and it asks you what the error, and I do like that they acknowledge that Bug Quiz uses AI and may not work, or it might be incorrect occasionally, because this is actually the first time I've seen code in this app that actually has a bug. A lot of the time the AI is like, oh, it's missing a semicolon, where a missing semicolon in these cases are not actual bugs. Those, I guess, be linting errors. But like that slash doesn't belong there. I don't know. I love this because it's very meta. It's a buggy bug quiz. And also it just tells me that AI might not be really great at either creating and or telling you about bugs. So this is actually really cool. Powered by Gemini, the editor's Monaco, and yeah, I love this one a lot, and you can play through a bunch of them, but it might frustrate you if you're expecting it to be correct all the time. Anyway, yeah, this is one of my favorites because of like the meta, like it's about code bugs, but is also buggy itself. So thank you, Bryce, for sharing. Needle Summon is a game by Marcel from the Needle team. They do some really cool stuff with exporting Unity with Needle into Glitch. And it's just like a cool game that you can kind of click around. I think these are like little bugs. I don't know if you can like feed them apples or what you do. I have to learn into like what you're actually able to do. Marcel, if you're reading this, I need the manual. This blue movement here means that you can move into, oh, that killed me. Sometimes it sends you into other rooms. So it's a fun thing to cool look at and explore. Whoa. So yeah. Marcel's other stuff is really freaking cool. Let's see, what else do they have? Well, the Needle Tiny Starter is like an iconic example of deploying Unity to 3JS and Glitch. You can like move these things around. And yeah. Oh yeah, Herps is the other Needle dev. But yeah, thank you for trying that out, for sharing it as well. And then Tiago made Buggerdle. It's a Wordle, but for bugs, as it says, because why not? I love bugs. You all know that. I chose the jam. But this game is actually really hard because I don't know a lot of names of bugs. So if you don't know Wordle, it's a word guessing game. And you attempt to fill in what is the word, and the letters turn green. That means those letters are there in the right space. I think they turn gray, the letter does not show up in the word. And I think there's another one, maybe yellow, for if the letter is in the word but it's somewhere else. So I immediately want to put cockroach here. So A and H are letters in the bug, but the rest of the letters don't exist there. So that's a huge fail. And you get only so many guesses. The keyboard kind of gives you a record of what is available. And also if you just type literally anything in here and it's not like a bug, not a list of words in there, it will just do that. It won't let you guess in that way. So you can kind of cheat by trying to get more letters, which makes it difficult. What else can be I know A and H are not in butterfly, but now I know that there's 4 of these letters. If you're in the chat and you know a guess on this, let me know. What could also be? Praying mantis is not enough letters. Something moth. B-U-A-H. I don't know. This is hard. If it gets too hard, you could also just refresh it and it does another word. But yeah. Thank you, Tiago. This is actually perfect. There are other clones on here. There's a bird related one. Some of Betelgeuse. And yeah, I just love the little bug one. Also, I love the fly emoji. Have you seen the movie The Fly? I rewatched it recently, and it's still really, really good. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis when they were babies. Well, not babies, just really young professionals. John Burton says, "I love The Fly." Yeah, it's such a great movie, and it's also just kind of speaks to, I think, the parallels of innovation and the dangers that come with it. You should watch it. It's about portal traveling and a fly, obviously. Check it out. It's fun. It's a really great old film. I think it came out in 1984 or 5. I can't tell if it's older than me or not. I don't know. Love that movie. I already thanked Tiago Bell. Thank you again. And there's our submissions for the Code Jam. This app here, I believe, is my remix, yes, from the last stream, where I remixed my screensaver starter and decided because I never got to really finish a proper screensaver for last month's jam, because I worked on a starter instead. Now I'm going to remix the starter and make a bug screensaver. And so just a refresher on what the screensaver currently does. It tracks how much time has gone by since there's been any movement, whether it's a mouse moving or a key or a mouse clicking. And when it gets to 5 seconds, it turns the screensaver mode on. And right now the screensaver just randomly shows a blue square on a yellow background. And then if there's a mouse move or click, it goes back to the regular content of the page. And what I really would want to do is my glitch in bio, I would love to have a screensaver on this where if you're on it and you haven't made any movement, some kind of movement occurs. And so yeah, let's see. Some buggy ideas. One was screen filling up with buggies, a buggy walking around. looking up maybe existing GIFs of bugs or generating bugs. I'm catching up on what John is saying in the chat. Don't mix fly DNA with people or turtles. Yes. And John, you're cool. You don't have to shut up. No, I love just seeing a bunch of J's across the chat, because I am a Jen, so you're all good. I'm glad that you're here. And yeah, the mods are as goofy, if not more so, than yous. But yeah. Oh, and Hannah's in the chat. Shout out Hannah. Yeah, Jay in the chat if you like bugs. So right about like 15 minutes before the stream, I was like, oh crap. Like I wanted to like make a bug GIF, because I couldn't find one that I liked with a transparent background. Because I kind of think I want like a bug to crawl across the page. But I didn't want it to be like a scary like looking bug. I don't want to like freak anyone out or like punch the screen. Wasn't like, I'm trying to think, like wasn't there like some commercial where like they had a bug like show up on the screen and people were like throwing stuff on it? I don't know, maybe I was just coming up with like an idea, a master plan to take over the world. But yeah, I drew a bug. This is Make 8-Bit Art. This is my pixel art editor. It's on Glitch. Make 8bitart.glitch.me. I just have this custom domain here. And I drew like 15 minutes before the stream. I was like, I drew a roach. It's beautiful. It's long, beautiful brown hair, just like me. It's also from New York. It grew up in the drains, just like yourself, just like me. I'm talking to myself now. And then I drew the second bug. Well, I copied it because you can copy and paste. Thank you, Jen. I bought the domain for Make 8-Bit Art, I think in 2011. Yeah. No, it had been sooner than that. Anyway, I've had this for a while, but I haven't updated many features in a while. So I'm just happy that I made a cut, copy, and paste back in the day. And Casey, thank you for saying that's a very good bug. I just like moved its legs and its little antlers a little bit. And then there's like, I just like looked up on Google, like GIF maker, and generated this GIF of it right here. So it's just kind of like moving and dancing. So, yeah. And it's like, I can imagine this. Well, first, what I'll do is I will import this into Glitch and then maybe have this show instead of the blue boxes. But I also think that this is a canvas. This is chaos. This is actual chaos engineering, which is when you're like, you have a million ideas and then you try to converge them all at once and realize that they all are like not compatible. But we can make it work. So let's see here. I'm gonna get my little GIF off my desktop. Brunette bug. Allie says, great bug. Thank you. High praise. If everyone on my team is saying it's a good bug, that means it's a good bug. Now, one thing I've never done, I've added images to a canvas before. And that's like MDM canvas image. You basically create an image object, you set the source, and then you draw the image onto it. But I don't know if animated GIFs work with that. That's not MDN. That is frostedcs.uchicago.edu. Why is the University of Chicago mirroring on an unsecure site MDN? Actually, I think a bunch of these are mirrors. Let's see. I want that canvas 2D draw image. Cool. Hannah said that's so Chicago. I like when I'm at work and I'm searching, it's on Google, and when I'm on my home machine, it's on DuckDuckGo. And so I get results each time, and this is how I keep my brain smooth, essentially, is by using different things on different machines and never having consistency in my workflow. That's why I've never memorized a single keyboard shortcut in my entire life. And why I use whatever default keyboards are presented to me. Yeah. Anyway, okay. I want to draw an image. This is grabbing an image off the canvas. Image, new image, src equals that. This is like what I want. I want to get a new image. Set it to load the image. And then on load, do the drawing. So I'm just gonna copy and paste that. Let's see. Okay. Because right now, the screensaver, I got my 2D context. I set the screensaver to be the full window. I got my timer. I'm going to close this preview, so I'm going to regret that. I just immediately went to reopen again. That's another thing I love to do. We got the screensaver status. This is where the screensaver stuff happens. And then we have the interval for the timer. Okay, oh, activate screensaver. So this is where we set the canvas to block, and then we activate the screensaver. Screensaver clears the canvas because we want to get rid of any of the other images. And then we start drawing on it. So I think we can initialize the bug up here, because the bug's never gonna change. And I don't know if you have to set that by default. And whoop. I'm gonna get rid of the onload, and the source is going to be brunette bug. Okay, so initialize bug, and this is like the actual drawing part, so I'm gonna get rid of all of that. And let's see, I'm gonna get rid of the blue square stuff, and let's see, canvas width. We don't need to set the canvas width. We got that all done. Draw the image. Our context is screensaver context. And then we draw this. And yeah. Okay. I gotta catch up with the chat. I love a good MTV Crib style code comment. Let's see. I'm gonna just erase everything. Just say draw bug. And let's see how I ruin everything. I'm gonna open up in a new window. I'm gonna open up DevTools. Let's see what happens after 5 seconds. Okay, we have an error. I'll cut type for one cannot be converted to image element, SVG element, blah, 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 blah. Cool. John, thanks for stopping by. And don't be sorry. You're good to chat. I'm just making sure that I pay attention to yous and also my bug. You are my children, and the bug is your brother, sister. Her name's Brunette Bug. But let's see. Okay. Okay, so this is like, no, you can't draw. What is this? Oh, this is what's going on. This doesn't know what this is. So I want bug. Because I pulled this from MDN that had it in a function, so this, like, the context is lost by me pulling that out. So and we want to draw the image at, I think it's like we're drawing the image. This must be the X, which we have random X and then random Y. John says my sister literally is a brunette bug. Yeah, so is mine. My brother's also a brunette bug. Let's refresh. Now let's see if we can get like an error. Oh, there's bug. Cool. Okay, so we are randomly drawing a bug, but it's not the GIF. It's just like one frame. So I guess you can't like draw. That would make sense, not being able to draw a 2-framed image at once on a canvas. But we've got something going there. What we would probably want to do is not take the canvas route, but just add the GIF image onto the page and have it move around and it not be a canvas. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about drawing it onto a space. It's literally just like an image element on the HTML. And then you absolute position the X and Y. And then when you turn off the screensaver, it just gets rid of that image. Does that sound sane? Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. So let's write the logic so we remember. Okay. Okay. Buggy screensaver on. So we will add a image element. Source is the brunette bug to page when screensaver on. When screensaver off, remove that element. And what I would want to do, first we're just going to absolute position randomly just to see the GIF on the screen. But then wouldn't it be cool to have the bug start at some corner, random corner, and it kind of like move like almost like it's walking across the screen? And we can do that by just like on that timer, the same timer we have for checking whether the screensaver is running or not. We can just have it very like subtly change the X and Y so it can kind of like move around a bit. So, and then just like get the buggy to walk around. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's get rid of this, let's get rid of the screensaver canvas. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. Instead, I'm just gonna add the image. We can also like not have the image hard-coded in the index.html file. I'm just adding an alt image text here. Walking. Let's see. Oh, get rid of the canvas here. Okay. So now we've just have the image added. I kept the ID screensaver, which we still want to not be displayed. We don't want a background color. And we gotta absolute position it. Keith's in the chat saying perfect alt text. I love that you're saying perfect alt text. Thank you. And also I love you, Keith, that you're in the chat. I'm hoping you are having a great time doing whatever it is you're doing. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone say hi to Keith. Jay in the chat for Keith. Yeah, so okay, so we still have our screensaver here. Let's get rid of, we'll say bug is screensaver. Get rid of that. We're gonna 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 get rid of initializing the bug. We love deleting code in this house. We're not hiding the canvas, we're hiding the bug. Let's see, we got our timer, we're keeping the timer, we got the screen change. Do all the bug moving. So we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna stop drawing. We wanna keep the random location. Screensaver canvas stop with. Oh, okay. I think I still need the window width. Oh god, I never remember like window width stuff, and then when I delete it, I'm like, why did I do that? So I'm gonna look and rewind. I want to keep window.outer width and window.outer height. I'm looking at rewind so I can see what I had deleted instead of control Zing everything. Window.outer width. Okay. Is maximum width. And then window. I think that's right. And then position bug. So we will say bug dot style dot position, or was it? Oh, God, what is the style value? Top left. Okay. Top equals random y, and bug dot style dot left equals random x. Let's see. Keith says nothing feels better than deleting code. Creating code is only in the service of deleting it. Yes, Keith. Yeah, we've just got too much code in the world. Gotta get rid of it. I'm also gonna delete the screensaver comment here. Okay, so we position the bug. Let's see what the frick I've done. Okay, so here we go. We got the bug. It's positioned. Great. We did it. Mission accomplished. Cool. So we've got that working. Bug is showing up. Job done. Screen saved. No pixels burned. Not on my watch. Okay. So this is also though like not randomly doing anything. Like it's all just showing up in the same spot. So we need to figure out, you know what it is? It's, oh my gosh. Ugh! Top and left, I think you have to, I think this has to be pixels. Like, let me inspect. bug. Position absolute, top, left. Oh, okay, I'm not setting the style. Let's see. Why does not work? Ugh, JavaScript set position. I'm not asking Bobby Hads respectfully. Let's ask Stack Overflow instead. I think this is it. I think you have to set. Yeah, I think it has to have the pixel unit on the end of it. So if I did like that. Should ideally work? I don't know. Or even activating the screensaver? Let's see. Well, let's see if that worked, if that did anything. And if not, then we're gonna do some console log stuff. Here we go. We have a bug. Let me refresh because then the window will just be that full width. Buggy. Buggy. So you see it's coming off the side of the screen, and that's because it has the full plane of the window, but the image pixels 0, 0 are just like on the window of the web is on the top left because I don't know the history there, but if you're more familiar with the Cartesian plane where 0, 0 is at center, but for the web is always in the lower right quadrant of the mind. And that's why 0, 0 is up here. So one way we can fix that is we can get like the width and height of the bug and subtract that from the maximum pixel so that the bug will always be within that space. Or not. And it really doesn't matter. Also, when I continue this in next week's stream, we'll set the position to be like negative, like kind of out of the window, and then like have it show. And we can even do things like rotate the image. Like we'll want the bug to kind of like move around. I've not done anything like that before, so you're gonna join me on that adventure. But we have a screensaver. We have a bug moving around randomly. I drew the bug. I drew that bug. It's Gorgina. I love her. Maybe draw your own bugs. Make 8bitart.com. And if you want to change the tools, you can remix Make 8bitart on Glitch and make your own. But this is cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. And I'm going to be streaming next week again. So hopefully between now and then, I don't forget how to talk to a computer screen or code or draw a bug. But I think this is fun. But I'm gonna kind of end things there, take it to Glitch. I hope you join me next week. We'll continue the screensaver. I'll go over any submissions that you've sent. I want to see your bugs. Look for more code to delete. Send me your code if you want me to delete it for you, and I'll do it for free. Don't throw me within a time. Yeah, I'll share some cool apps that y'all have been sharing. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do right now once I turn this all off, is go do some research and see what yous have been sharing across socials. And yeah, I'll see you on glitch.com. Oh, like and subscribe. And you can get like alerts and whatever on when the next stream is going to be. But for that, I'll close my browser window with magic and say see you on glitch.com, and have a great weekend. Bye!